All right. Gevurah's Gehinnom is the second full-length album from Quebec-based black metal band Gevurah. It's a duo with folks you would know from at least one or two other bands, and a well-known sort of recording engineer as well. This is what I would consider, and I might be wrong. It's a Luciferian black metal with some influences from the Orthodox, what you would call Orthodox black metal movement, and it's sort of second generation influences. You'll hear something that's more related to what the sort of German bands have come out with, and Icelandic groups, sort of in the sort of later periphery of those waves. And I specifically compare their early stuff to Aelsoth and the newer sound of the band on this record to like Ascension, the Greek band Acrotheism, or Drastis. I think the last Drastis record is obviously different, but there's some textural similarities there that show a sort of uh, shared zealotry for the art form that's very aggressive and capable of guitar work that really focuses on both exciting melodic ideas, but aggressive rhythms and sort of a more brutal drum performance that really carries this album in a strong way. Um, I say in here, I kind of go on about how the fact that this is, for me, it's more of a riff record, but not, or a guitar record. Let's say a guitar record. I think that the work is so fine here, and that the presentation is so evocative and neatly presented that it's surprising that it's able to get sort of a visceral reaction at all because it's so well performed. And I think that just comes down to uh, just the arrangements and the production values allowing for a lot of space for these guitars to breathe and move and um, present fairly complex ideas, and I would say longer form songs, 6 to 8 minute pieces, or with some strong variation. The best songs on here, I think, there's a couple of moments where obviously a studio emissary production is going to remind me of like a Sinmara record, because I've spent a lot of time with those, and a lot of the records I mentioned have some relation to that studio and the sound design. So that's sort of of a peripheral note, not so much a style note, because I think we see less of a descent in the way that they've illustrated the arc of this album. And what I mean is, it goes from uh, darkness to wandering to light, and well, obviously the light of Lucifer is at the end. If you know, spoilers on that one, but um, it's very effective in creating an event. It just in the same way that Verberis's record creates an event with the progression of the album. I think that Gevurah does too on the second album. Um, their personality comes through most within melodies most of the time, and I think that's sort of the the major refinement on the second album is atmosphere and uh, melodic signature. But the overall arc of the record is what excites me and kept me listening most of all, beyond the sort of meat of the performances. So, nothing but great things to say about this record. I think it's probably my highest recommendation of the month. I have a million things to consider, but this is sort of, for me, one of the best black metal records of the year, and one of the most memorable sort of pieces when I consider everything from the music itself, the sound design, the intent, the story told, and the just impressive uh, art curation for the item itself. So go check it out yourself, see what you feel about it, and there you go.